I usually film the rehearsal once we've set it up on its feet and we've blocked it and everything, and then they put their makeup on, and we set up the lights. We do a blocking rehearsal first, and we decide which way we're going to shoot it first, and then they go and get made up and hair and wardrobe while we set up all the lights and everything. And then we come in and we run it, and I usually film the rehearsal because I figure by then we're ready to start filming. And sometimes there's some brilliant moments that happen in that rehearsal because they're not quite ready, but they are. There's some wonderful spontaneous moments that happen that sometimes don't happen when it's too rehearsed and when it's too done. I try not to run the scene too many times. I find if you overrun a scene, it can get stale. And here's another little tip. If you're working with 2 actors in a scene together, or 3 or more, but I always do this, always, if I can. If one of your actors is less experienced than the others, this is a really good tip, guys. If one of your actors is less experienced than the others, shoot their coverage last. Shoot their coverage last. That way, they will have done the scene a dozen times. At least a half a dozen times, but probably closer to a dozen times, what with your master coverage and your over the shoulder, your single on the other actor or actors, and then by the time you turn the camera around to get their single coverage or the over the shoulder on them, you've shot that scene probably 8 times, 10 times at least, which has given them time to rehearse their lines, really get into character, really get comfortable with the scene, with their lines, with their character, and with the other actors. If they're at all intimidated in working with these name actors that they've never worked with before, it gets them comfortable working with these actors, working the scene over and over again so that they are settled in their skin, they're settled into character, and now that they've done it over and over again, it's not going to be so intimidating for them.